fitness routine looked like before COVID was basically walking to the gym, staying there for about an hour, hour and a half, just doing weights and strengthening routines, cardio on some days, and then walking back home. And I just found that so dreadful. Like, if I wasn't meeting up with a friend to go to the gym, I wouldn't be going at all. So the walks are really beneficial to me. I know I can just pick up my stuff and head out the door anytime. And yeah, the nice thing is that you don't need to rely on anyone else's schedule, because I know with the gyms opening up again, you need to schedule in a time that you're designated to use the gym for. So you don't need to sign up for this to indulge yourself in nature, and you can spend as little or as much time as you want outside. The whole walk in total is about 7 kilometers, and that just meets my target goal of 10,000 steps in a day. And I don't know if you'd agree with me, but I'd say that this kind of view would make you want to walk, right? So I always see people stopping here and taking pictures, so I thought it would be a good spot to not sit down, but stand up and film a video and explain really the reason why. What I started out doing was basically taking walks without my headphones, without any music. What that really allowed me to do was tune into the world around me and stay current and present in the moment. And I know that helps a lot for people who suffer from anxiety and ruminating thoughts. So I'd recommend, like, if you're a person that always has to have their headphones in before they go out anywhere, even if it's for a shorter walk, I'd just say, try to go out 1 or 2 times without any headphones, and just try not to even think too much. Just really tune in with the bird sounds that are around you. So that really helped me. The pros outweigh the cons of exercising outside, and if we keep going, I'll share some more tips about what I really try and focus on while I'm on these walks. I don't know if I mentioned, but it is free to go out and take a walk in nature. And all you have to do really is just find the route that is suited best to you. Try and push yourself to walk more than you normally would on any given day. So your phone does a good job at tracking how many steps you do. The pedometer is pretty accurate. I'd really recommend seeing what your daily average is and then trying to multiply it by 2 or 3 to start. And if you're ambitious, multiply it by 6 or by 10, whatever you're really comfortable with to start. If somebody told you that you can't make new friends during quarantine, I'm here to prove them wrong, because I won't get too close, but isn't he, she, or they cute? He, she, or they can sense I'm behind. So I'm just gonna pass. And I'm pretty close here. I'm 6 feet away. We are socially distancing out here in Gatineau. All right, have a good day. Bye-bye. Not too many people walk here. There are more cyclists than anything else, so they just come and go quickly, right? So for the majority of the walks, when I'm not listening to my music, I'm really tuned in, listening to the wind, to the birds, to the bees. When we get a little closer to the water again, I love to just listen to the water. I remember one day I was feeling really low. I hadn't gotten on my walk that day, and I just decided to go and sit by the canal and listen to the water, and I actually broke down in tears crying because of how beautiful the sounds of the water was and how calming it was. So what I'm trying to say here is that you don't need things to make you happy. You don't need people or places. You yourself can make yourself happy. I hope the point comes across, because for the longest time I was just looking for people, places, things to fill the void that I had. So walking really grounded me, essentially. I'm gonna flip around and show you the view again. Isn't that spectacular? Bug. Yeah, on some days there are people there and they're jumping off, and I'm like, how'd you get up there? But I guess they kind of went through the grass and the trees. So yeah, they say you don't really know until you try it. So if you're like me and you have anxiety, I definitely recommend you start walking. Just get out there and get moving, because you won't feel better instantly, but you will feel better in time. Walking is one of those things where you can really take your time, go at your own pace, call up a friend if you want to join you on your walk. So there really aren't any downfalls unless it rains a lot where you live and you can't necessarily go outside and walk. I also wanted to touch on the two kinds of motivation that we have. So the first kind is extrinsic motivation. That means that you're rewarded for doing something based on external factors, whereas intrinsic motivation is a reward you get within yourself. Basic premise of what I'm saying is there are two kinds of motivation that you need to kind of base all your decisions off of. The first kind is extrinsic motivation. So for me, that's knowing that I can go on this walk and be rewarded by the view that I get to see at the end. And my intrinsic motivation is just meeting my goal of 10,000 steps in a day, which makes me feel content. I really believe that in order to live a fulfilled life, you need to have both extrinsic and intrinsic motivation factors to lead you through. Otherwise, you won't find your life to be as balanced. You'll find that you might be a people pleaser. Really look in and find what makes you content. Try to, as much as you can, to make it a split between 50% extrinsic motivation and 50% intrinsic motivation. And let me know if that worked for you. Those are really all the tips I have for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until the next video, I hope you all take good care. Do you see there's two rainbows? Hold on. Do I see that? Am I dreaming, or are there two? No, I heard people say there were two. Here, look. Oh. There, the second one's really faint, but double rainbow for double the luck. Okay, bye everyone.